He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
Puff got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97.
And she said, you didn't see this part, she said, no, you know, Ben, you know I love you. And Puffy, I love you too. I adore that we're the last two people on earth who refer to him as Puffy.
Really? Remember, I am hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny how when men get older in hip hop, they're still, you know, well respected, well versed, Kool Herc, you know what I'm saying, and Red Alert, and you know the legends, KRS-One. You know, you put me in there, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, Wendy's a talk show lady. No, I listened to Big L on the way to work this morning.
When we were younger, you were hearing your left ear, and that was considered straight, and hearing your right ear, that'd be gay, and then at one point, people started wearing both earrings, and you know what I mean?
And then they started wearing girl pants, and then they're wearing jeggings, and then, yes, it's very effeminized, but be very clear. There were lots of homosexuals in hip hop back in the 80s too. You know, that was, you know, what's worse, you know, hip hop wearing skirts or hip hop being closeted and having a plethora of kids to prove manhood that, you know, and denial of something that you shouldn't have to deny, which is your sexuality. So I hear what Jamar is saying, but we come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So,
a time where it's cool to be a gay rapper?
I don't know, because I still see Frank Ocean as being one amongst many, but one, and that's good, but you know, and then there was the notion of this radio DJ in New York who is in denial. So that just goes to show you how far the homosexual movement within hip hop and sports still needs to go. It is politically correct to be accepting, but behind closed doors, people are still hating. And Jason, the basketball player, is one, but it will be a long time, I think, before another actively playing in the locker room ball player comes out.
Was Wendy Williams lying all along following Wells Fargo's 2022 allegation that Wendy Williams was not of sound mind? The host is now under financial conservatorship. However, Wendy appears to be in good health and is only pretending to be insane to keep Diddy away from her claims. Jaguar Wright
Waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
Some people are saying the whole Wendy Williams documentary that she's pretty much allegedly playing this way to keep herself safe from him, from any unaliving.
It's been working for Orlando Brown. Why wouldn't it work for Wendy?
To play crazy.
Why wouldn't it work?
Hey, hey.
The oosh goss, whoosh wash.
Bop.
Orlando's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all spent time with him.
We did.
Yeah.
He's highly intelligent.
Yes.
Imagine what it's been like to wear this character for this long.
No, I can only...
That he does is a character. Actually, the shit he does online is the best acting he does.
Is he speaking truth?
Of course he is.
You know? We seen Quiet on set.
Major pain in his ass. Literally. Since he was a kid.
Man.
And then eating milk, running around, talking about expensive pain.
Now,
in his ass.
wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jag.
Me.
Wait a minute.
He's a Fruit Loop. He Diddy 5.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried. Period.
All Wendy wants made some quite outrageous charges against Diddy.
MCA, Uptown. That was common. Ask Wendy Williams.
That did happen to her too.
And it was women that set that up. Because they didn't like her swag and they were afraid that she was going to steamroll them because they knew when it came to creating content that was a G. So they put you in a bad situation. They tell you that the guy is okay, even though everybody knows he's the boogeyman. And then they tell that guy she's easy. She slept with this one. She slept with that one. Then they call somebody and say, hey, you remember? Yo, didn't you used to date Wendy? Yo, tell him about how easy she was. Wow. And then they gas this up. And then the next thing you know, she out at dinner and this motherfucker tuned up. And they done already made sure that he done got 5 grams of right. Like, I'm not saying that people don't have choices. I'm saying that there are people that stack the deck to make sure that people lean more towards making bad choices than not. You know, I can speak of a legacy that, in my opinion, was mitigated, really, really, really f***ed over for the sake of sparing a legacy that was totally untrue.
Puffy Combs' trial. Look now to understand where Wright is coming from. Let's have a tad bit of background about the dynamic. Wendy and Diddy shared.
Everybody, the Puffy Combs trial has begun, and you know, the prosecutors are saying that Puffy fired at least 1 gunshot into the ceiling of the nightclub, which is like ridiculous. This whole thing happened back, of course, in December of '99. The comment came during the opening statements, and 3 people were injured during a shooting. Of course, Shine and Anthony Wolf Jones, the bodyguard, will also be standing trial. They're also saying that when the gunshots rang out, now whoever threw the, pulled the trigger, whatever, Puffy ran out of the club so fast and got into the waiting SUV that it wasn't until he got into the truck that he realized that he left Jennifer behind, along with his bodyguard, Anthony Wolf. He just ran, forget it. That's a true sign of the itch bag.
Puff got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97 because she wanted to put up a picture of him getting his pants pulled down. You understand what I'm saying? Puff had power.
Speaking of that, right, I'm happy you brought that up. Kirk Burrows, I did an interview with him some months ago, and he told a story about Wendy Williams. She got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy, and she was saying on air that she was going to reveal the picture. If you don't mind, because he told me the story, but he didn't go into detail. He never told me about what was in the picture. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view and what was in the picture, because for some reason, he never went into detail about that.
We were in Cancun, and we were on our way to the Island of Women. You understand? And this is all it was, bro. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. When he grabbed his trunk to pull us down, some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like it was gay, something like that. And she was going to put it out. So they stopped her from putting it out.
And they got her fired from Hot 97 because of that.
Well, I think that we were in California at the time, and Puff was shooting a layout for either Rolling Stones or what's the other magazine? Rolling Stones, it begins with a B. Billboard, right. Hey, he was shooting a layout for either Rolling Stone or Billboard when he had the white suit on. I was the one who put him in the damn pool. What happened is that Wendy had somehow shown people that email. You hear me? She's shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her, you understand, before he got back in New York, that they was not going to get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was going to boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. It was over for her. He was fired.
Wendy Williams and Diddy Shaw. Diddy Combs haven't had the best relationship. The pair's drama started in the 1990s, when Williams repeatedly called out Diddy on her radio program, Hot 97. Williams was let off from the radio program in 1998, but he has stuck to his belief that Diddy was involved. Williams achieved popularity with her talk show, The Wendy Williams Show, which debuted in 2008. Despite splitting with the radio station, she covered a wide range of Diddy news throughout her reign on daytime television, including his several legal dramas. When Williams joined Diddy on her show in 2017, it seemed as though they had put their differences behind them after years of ups and downs. Then again, though, everything went south. Wendy Williams stated on her radio show, The Wendy Williams Experience, in 2005 that she was nearly jumped by the girl group Total, who was signed to Diddy's record label, Bad Boy Records, before she was dismissed from Hot 97. Williams recounted the purported incident and alluded to Diddy's involvement in a 2019 talk show segment. Then in a 2013 interview with Vlad TV, Williams hinted at the circumstances surrounding her dismissal from Hot 97 and how they related to her conjectures regarding the sexual orientation of a hip-hop artist. She made a joke saying there was a radio personality once upon a time, and her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations back in the day, in my career, and it's all coming full circle. Naturally, Williams, who calls the rapper Puffy, also made fun of him for changing his name so much during the course of his career.
J to the L, give me 5. Hello!
But we do have to investigate things around here. We don't just fly by the seat of our pants and just start talking. You know what I mean?
Only that, but the Wendy Williams Experience. She also mentioned having a certain level of contempt for Puff in her 2004 book, The Wendy Williams Experience, because he single-handedly tried to ruin her career. She wrote, "The hell he put me through. I'll always remember this. I don't detest him."
Yeah. It felt wonderful. You know why? Like we were talking about fallen soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, people from our era who die, or you see somebody and they've, you know, they don't look the same, you know, bad way. You know, we see a lot of that now. For me, Puff coming and representing the height of the Forbes list, the #1 entertainer, not rapper entertainer. He beat Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, all them people, the Clooney's, the Doonies, and the Boonies. He's #1. That's my era. I helped him do Bad Boy. He knows. We were all in the trenches together at a particular time. And just good.
Felt great.
Real great. And a real accomplishment, hopefully, to show maybe some of the younger people or somebody, you know, somebody could try to, you know, do you in, but the power of forgiveness and the power of going on and making it. Because I've always been motivated by haters, including my parents. You know, you got a pretty face if you lose some weight, says my dad when I'm a young girl. The first man you're supposed to love. How do you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I appreciate Puff, and I appreciate that I don't have to call him Diddy. Because he told you that. Yeah, I don't know him as Daddy. That's Puff. That's Puff. Anyway, no, I appreciate that, and I will cherish that moment, and
Did y'all have to do any due diligence beforehand, or that was the first time when you saw him on stage?
Excuse me, what did I just talk to you about when you tried to say hi to me in the hall?
Yeah, don't talk to me, Sway.
Yeah, go back in the room. Come on now.
He wanted to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puff wanted to come to the show. It's been a long time coming because, schedules have to be negotiated and whatnot. But he showed up. He smelled great. His stomach is flat. Heather, he was handsome. And he ain't going nowhere.
No.
Clearly. Can't be stopped now.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Bad boy for life.
Bad boy for life. That was a big moment for those who know. That was, and I was happy for the both of you.
Going forward, Williams' conclusion even suggested that there might have been a power imbalance between the singer and record producer following Diddy and Cassie's brief breakup in 2015. Following Diddy's public declaration of his love for Cassie on Williams' talk program in 2018, Williams initially supported the couple's reconciliation when they announced their final breakup in 2020. Williams, however, characterized Diddy's actions as manipulative after witnessing his attempts to win Cassie back on social media. Williams then joked that because of Diddy's party boy lifestyle, she didn't think he would want to settle down when he got to be between the ages of 68 and 78. So basically, Jaguar Wright thinks Wendy is trying to pretend to be ill and to be in her current mental state because she knows that Diddy and his supposed rage will not harm her, not to mention Wendy has a difficult time navigating the shifting roles for legal guardians, issues with aphasia and dementia, and numerous accusations from family members. Additionally, there are rumors that Williams' sister Wanda faked her sister's condition to get her show back. In fact, they were merely attempting to have her there to fulfill an insurance claim, which would plainly allow them to replace the money they were stealing and any losses. Wendy's family also desired power at the time. Wendy's sister was acting as a medical proxy and was attempting to obtain ultimate control for herself. Yet because of her foolishness, she was only ever used as a prop. So after returning to New York, they ejected her sister, which made Wendy's downward spiral much worse. Naturally, it is difficult to determine the truth because Wendy Williams is not currently responding to many of these allegations. Still, if there's one thing we know for sure, it's that Jaguar Wright never speaks until she knows everything about a subject inside and out. That's all for today. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.